Hi everyone, it's Alex from Following Alex. If you're new here, welcome to my channel, and if you're returning, I hope that this video inspires you or helps you because I didn't plan to make this video. Today's video is going to discuss burnout. So if you don't really know what burnout is, it's maybe when you're taking too much on mentally, emotionally, or even physically, and you are overwhelmed, you are exhausted, you could be making yourself sick or just mentally unwell. And let me make this very clear and known. I'm filming this on a Monday. So I work 9 to 5, I had the weekend off. You would think I would use my days off to recover from this burnout. I was so burnt out that the weekend was brutal. So I'm filming this on a Monday when I have to work my 9 to 5, and I actually had to carve out an extra hour for my school group project because I want to show you how you can recover from burnout, take care of yourself, prioritize your well-being, even on a busy day. Let's talk more about recovering from burnout. I'm gonna go over different things that you can bring into your day to help burnout. And you don't just have to do this for one day, you might need to do it for an entire week. But I'm giving you effective ways that you can incorporate it into even busy days. Because like I said, I just want to help anyone who feels like they can't slow down enough to help themselves, because that's where I feel right now. And I would just like the record to show, it is 9:40 a.m. and I already feel better. My first tip, which I would actually recommend doing the night before you plan to implement these, is to go to bed a little bit earlier. Sleep is really valuable, and my next recommendation is gonna kind of make more sense if you go to bed earlier. If you are not tired, go outside, take a walk, read, just start slowing down your night so that you can get in bed earlier and rest and sleep. Think about your work day or your busy day, whatever your schedule is. Wake up early so that you have free and personal time before your day. So I had a meeting today at 8 a.m. and then work at 9 a.m. So what I did was I woke up at 6 a.m. because I went to bed at like 9:30, 10 o'clock in the night. I know you might think that you want more sleep, but if you want more sleep, you should take it the night before. You're probably gonna stress yourself out more if you wake up and you have to jump right into work, or you wake up and you don't have any time to yourself. Take this time to do things that make you feel happy but also relaxed. You don't have to get up and run. Just get up and maybe sip on a coffee, make some tea, sit outside, journal, read, watch your favorite TV show. Just take time to do things that you enjoy that are relaxing so that when you start work, you've already filled some of your cup. Because if you just start work and you haven't paid any attention to your needs, you're giving where you have nothing to give. I recommend taking your phone and setting timers on social media or your phone itself. So I usually set a downtime, so this means only certain apps and people can reach me. This just, makes sure that I'm not just gonna aimlessly scroll on my phone, which brings me to putting timers on social media. When I get on my break, I open up my phone and I start going through social media. And let me tell you, you are not taking a break. Think about the flood of news and images and then your thoughts and feelings associated with that is coming into you. That is not good for your brain, and you are not relaxing or taking a break. When you have like an hour lunch break and you spend it on your phone and all of a sudden the hour's gone and you haven't relaxed at all. So set timers. I set 10 minutes for Twitter, 10 minutes for Facebook, and I just changed my TikTok from an hour to 30 minutes because I spend way too much time on TikTok. I do not set a timer for Instagram just because I volunteer and work through my Instagram, but I also have a healthy relationship with that. So set timers on anything that you need to set timers on. And if you're really burnt out, just set a timer for 0 minutes or just like delete the app for an amount of time. Now this is all before you start your work day, okay? And don't let that overwhelm you. Just move at a pace that you need to, but this is why you want to get good sleep and wake up early so that you're not trying to rush to get this. But I recommend cleaning yourself up. I'm not saying you have to put on lashes and curl your hair. This is my you know, just normal hair. I put on a little bit of makeup, mostly because I knew I was gonna vlog. But I put on one of my favorite shirts, and I put on a cute denim skirt, and I put on a face mask this morning and did my makeup. I put effort into my appearance, but not because I'm trying to please anyone, but because I'm just trying to treat my body right. I'm like, you know what, I deserve to clean my skin, you know, I deserve to look in the mirror and feel happy. And I find when I'm overwhelmed and burnt out, I'm always putting on like big baggy sweaters and sweatpants, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm not, you know, getting dressed with intention. I'm grabbing the first thing to put on, and then having that on kind of sets the tone for me. So even if you love wearing sweatpants and stuff, you still can, but maybe switch it up. Go in your closet, pick out something you love to wear but you never wear, just to bring a little bit of like spark into your day. So the last thing before you start with your day is to set up your environment. So I have been going back and forth my kitchen table and my desk. I live in a studio apartment. I don't have a lot of options for where I set up, but I've been feeling very uninspired and just can't work over at the table. So I set up my desk today. I lit a candle. I just made it a really nice environment, and I cleaned up so there was no clutter. And I opened up my blinds so that all the sunlight and natural light come in. I just made it a nice space. And you might want to put on some background music, maybe like a comforting YouTube video or YouTuber or podcast, or maybe you want to dim the lights, maybe you don't want all this natural light. You know, anything that just brings you joy, you have to bring into your day and make it a priority. And listen, when you're going through these steps, I know that the workday and your to-do list is looming ahead. Don't think about it. And I know that's so hard to say, but I've actually started to really put this into practice. There's nothing besides now. The past and future are not tangible. The only thing that ever exists is right now. You are going to be in that work situation when it's time to be in that work situation. Your mind is running forward and your body is still here. Try to just stay in the moment and be connected with the moment you're in. It takes practice, trust me. I'm 25, I'm just getting it barely, but just try that today. As you're going about your day, I want you to remember to nourish your body. And I know eating and nourishment is a touchy subject. I struggle with it myself, but pay attention to drinking water. Pay attention to drinking your tea. If you need coffee, have your coffee. Take your vitamins or supplements if you take them. If you're really busy and you're like, oh, I don't have time to make myself a good meal, I'm just gonna grab something that like doesn't make you feel full and that you actually don't enjoy, don't do that, okay? Think about all the time that you would have spent on social media or stressing or burning yourself out. Take even just 15, 20 minutes, half hour, whatever you can give yourself. Don't answer any emails, don't answer any notifications, just make some food. Even if it's just like a quick oatmeal or whatever it is, even if it is a quick meal, just put intention, know what you're doing, understand that you're eating because you need energy or you need vitamins or you need nourishment, you know what I mean? So just put a little bit of effort into nourishing your body. Pay attention. Don't eat while you work. Just take a break. 10 minutes is not gonna make that big of a difference, even if you think it is. Listen, trust me, it's not. Take the 10 minutes for yourself, especially if you're feeling burnt out. So you have to make your to-do list because you probably have some tasks that you need to do. You're probably checking your emails, you might have some calls, yada, yada, yada. And you might be working in a job where it's like hands-on. Make a to-do list and write down 3 things. I don't care if you have 10 things to do. Write down 3 major things that must be done. And if you have 5 major things, cut it down. Be realistic. Think about which ones are time sensitive and which ones people might want them today, but they can live if they get it in a couple days. And then you can write a separate list that says, if completed, then, and you can put some other tasks that you would like to get to today if you have the time. Stop making to-do lists with 10 items and treating every single one as super urgent and super critical to the point where you're like just running around trying to get all this done when it's not even reasonable. Like, I'm preaching this and it's something I need to practice, but like I said, I'm also doing this vlog for myself, so I'm gonna preach it to you while I'm preaching it to myself. If you're making this to-do list and it is just saturated with a bunch of tasks and everyone is telling you that this all needs to be done today, you need to set clear personal boundaries. You need to look at your boss, your coworkers, your prof, your teacher, whoever is involved in your life, and you need to look at them and say, this is not a realistic workload. We need to look at different timelines. We need to prioritize. Because once you tell someone to prioritize the tasks, it forces them to have to tell you which is more important. And if they say, well, I need both of these done today and you can only do one, you have to tell them, I need you to decide which is more important. And a very good response to if somebody is not, being easy on that, I think it's important to bring up burnout. I think you have the right to say, I don't have the mental, physical, or emotional capacity to do all of these tasks today. I need you to cut it down. And if they will not, then make it known. If you are expecting 100% work and enthusiasm and attention to detail in this task, then I cannot have more tasks than I can handle. Because hopefully your employer cares about your mental health. But once you start bringing up work quality, maybe they'll pay more attention, which is unfortunate but true. And if you are someone like me who is working and doing other things like school, you can make a to-do list for maybe the first half of your day and then a to-do list for the second half of your day. So maybe for work, I have 3 things to get done before 5 p.m. and that's it. And then after 5 p.m., after you give yourself a nice break, you say, okay, I have 3 things to do this evening for school, and those are the only 3 things you do. As long as you're putting it into manageable pieces, you will be okay. That brings me to another point. When you're doing these tasks, break them up into smaller chunks so that you can plan breaks. So maybe you have to write a report, and it has to be 3 pages. Maybe the first thing you do is gather all the data. Take a break. Then you write a first draft, or you write 1 page of this first draft, things like that. Take a break. Then you finalize it, take a break. Edit and submit, take a break. Tasks take time. You need to be effective and manage your energy, because if you just sat down for 2 hours or tried to just put this report together in 1 hour to meet somebody's unrealistic deadline, it's not going to be as good as it would if you paced yourself. You just need to stand up for yourself. You need to set boundaries when it's too much for you to handle. And honestly, if somebody has such a problem that you can't get it to them in the perfect amount of detail in the right amount of time, then they should just do it themselves. The majority of your break should actually be relaxing. And don't take your break and answer emails, or take your break and do another task or start another task. Take a break. There are 2 more things that I want you to do just to help you mentally. I want you to get moving, and this does not have to be a workout. You don't have to go, strain yourself. Maybe you put on some music and you dance around, or maybe you do yoga, or you stretch, or maybe you just go for a nice walk. Move your body, because part of nourishing yourself and taking care of yourself is some form of movement. You need to be moving in your day. And it also helps clear your head and just makes you feel so much better. So just add some movement. And then I want you to do something that you really, really love. Pick one thing that always brings joy to your life, and it doesn't matter if you already did it in the morning. Pick something that brings joy to your life and do it. Maybe it's watching your favorite show. Maybe it's going for a hike. Maybe it's going for ice cream. Maybe it's baking. Maybe it's playing with your dog. Maybe it's napping. Whatever you need to do that will make you feel whole, carve out time for it and do it. It's not going to be on your to-do list. It's going to be when you have that spark of energy and that little bit of free time and you're like, what should I do right now? And you already have everything taken care of. Something that can make you feel way better is conquering a task or a chore that you have just been putting off for a long time, and that it's not difficult, it won't take a lot of energy, and it won't take a lot of thought. It's just, you know, one of those tasks that you don't want to do. Mine is putting away my laundry, which is what I'm gonna do today. I'm just gonna carve out some time and I'm just going to do it. If your workday is over, or like your busy day, whatever you had on your to-do list, don't worry about what you have to do tomorrow. If you didn't get something finished, just understand that you have a whole other day tomorrow to get it done, and that at the end of the day, it has to get done, and it will get done. Timelines can change unless like it's life or death, which I don't think most of us are in that situation. You need to take care of yourself, because at the end of the day, if you are feeling burnt out or overwhelmed, that's gonna build up until you crack. So taking time to plan how you're going to recover from your burnout is important, because you actually want to set the intention and make sure you're going to do it. Because like I said, I spent the weekend, I said I was going to have a self-care day and an admin day, which I do, and it makes me feel so good. My self-care day, I cried all day. I was too exhausted to do anything that I even liked. I couldn't focus on anything. I was so uninspired. I just didn't know if I was going to come out of that funk, and it was actually kind of scary. And then the next day I had an admin day, but I still wasn't feeling 100%, and I was pushing myself to tackle my to-do list instead of incorporating that self-care day because I had a little bit more energy. So I just really need you to take care of yourself. Timelines are not more important than your health, and realistically, you need to be in a good headspace to get the job done as someone wants done. And if they can't acknowledge that, then they are not respecting you. So take the time to take care of yourself, okay? Have a good day.